Sayadaw, we would like to invite Sayadaw to kindly start the Dhamma talk now. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Andami Sayadaw.
Sukhi Hotu. Okay, today, 2021, 9 of May. My Dhamma is Rebirth and Death. Before we start our Dhamma talk, let's pay homage to the Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Arahato Tathangaya Kileda Yanduduma Kendom Buddha Bitato. Arahato Tathangaya Kileda Yandudugu Ondomu Naindomu Tadomu Tapa Bitato. Arahato Lumina Mendama Mendoi. Ludam Vaya Byasi Livya Nitagwa Yudhi Bujin Alivya Bujin Miwajan Sigajin Ango Ata Bujin Dogo Kandombu Daba Vitado Arahado Sigwaya Ayanai Koamuya no Amuya Saymuya Dupshin Makamu Mandamyago Budo Mamu Daba Vitado Yodo Mamu Daba Vitado Jansido Mamu Daba Vitado Bhagavado Indriya Dhamma Yasa Siri Kama Vyeda Midwen Puno Chauli Ne Byezodo Mudaba Vitado Sama Sambuddhasa Dukha Sajja Samudaya Sajja Mega Sajja Nirodha Sajja Huswado Sajja Liva Dugu Kuro Dandalien Tudren Yue Dibyindo Mudaba Vitado Tata Tadi Sasa Logaranda Li Mundai Wile Mayui Mayan Josa Daingedu Kain Kando Tadi Koneli Biezundo Mudaba Vitado To Bono Chauba the Kenda Vinu Yaswapaya Amakam Tiaho Bogo Diana Bogo Pija Gondo Yona Nepia Nakandago Tunga Tamo Ajan no Dua Namo Tiaho Diana Biyang Waye Andre Genjen Holo Dodia Domyai Arahat Dabo Bao Abisong Do Yauba Zijin Junga Kono Nalong Doma Byong Byo Mangolio Yue Kado Yo Jo Lasso Mo Yue Shiko Mansho Kado Jendi Atu Bawadu Senze Madwe Pipa Zidadi Myaswa Paya
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Rebirth and death. So now we are in the Samsara. Everybody, if we are not yet attained Arahanta, we need to reborn in the Samsara again and again. If we are reborn in the Samsara, we have to seek, we have to owe, we have to die. After that, we have to reborn again. That is the nature of samsara. Because of this reason, we need to know what will happen before our death moment. After we pass away, how to reborn again in the future life. In order to understand about this, today I have idea to give the Dhamma talk. Name is Rebirth and Death. Most of the people, they are very busy for the living. They need to spend the time allowed for living. So that also very important because we are in the human life. We need to do for human duties. Not only important for living, but also very important to prepare ourselves for the death. Buddha admonished, Jivitam yati kalocha deha nikhipanangati panchete jiva loka same animeta nanayare. Jivitam yati kala deha nikhipanagati. At present times, we cannot know 5 things regarding our death. Number 1, Jivita, we don't know at what age we will die. Vyadi, we don't know what sickness we cause to die. Kalo, we don't know at what time we will die. Deha nikipana, we don't know where our body will be cremated. Kati, we don't know which realms we will be reborn in. At the present time, we cannot know these 5 things regarding our death. In present times, everybody are very important to working for good living. So that's also very important to be good living. We need to work very hard. So different the job you need to do. Not only very important for present to be good life, good livings, but also to be reborn in the good life. In futures, we need to accumulate many kinds of wholesome karma. We need to prepare for that. Our karma already limit our age. What age we have to die, but we don't know. That in present, what sickness we cause to die also, we don't know. Kala, the morning or evening or afternoon or what time we will die also, we don't know. Now, although you are staying in Indonesia, you may not know where your body will be cremated. Although you are staying in Indonesia, okay, you may die in other country, we don't know. For the Gati, now for the ordinary people, after they pass away, they can reborn in the 5 realms. Depend our wholesome or unwholesome karma. For the ordinary person, if they accumulate wholesome karma in present, after they pass away, they can reborn in the Deva life, or human life, or Brahma life. So depend the unwholesome karma. If you accumulate unwholesome karma a lot, after you pass away, you can reborn in the animal life, the ghost, or the hell beings. At present times, according to the Buddha admonishment, we don't know which way we will reborn in future. Because we don't know these 5 kinds of the condition, So you need to work for the good living in present, and also you need to prepare for the good life in future. After listening this Dhammasāra, you may have the good knowledge where you need to prepare for that moment. Okay, there are 4 types of death, 4 ways of the death. 4 ways of the death. Number 1, Ayu Kaya Marana. The death due to the expirations of lifespan. Kematian Marana. Death due to the expirations of the reproductive karma force. Another one is Ubaya Kaya Marana. Death due to the expiration of both the lifespan and karma force. Ubechidaka Marana means the death due to the interventions of destructive karma. All beings have to die through any one of these 4 ways of death. The 4 ways of death look like the 4 ways by which a light white lamp may be extinguished. Ayukaya Marana is dead due to the expiration of lifespan, even before expiring of the karma force. It is like the flame which goes out as there is no more wick left in the lamp to burn. Kematian Marana is dead due to the exhaustion of karmic force, even before expirations of lifespan, just like the flame with gold out due to the exhaustion of wine in the lamp. Ubaya Marana is dead due to the expirations of both lifespan and karmic force, just like the flame which go out due to the exhaustions of both wick and wine. Ubaya Marana is dead due to the interventions of destructive karma, Upakhataka karma, done in the past or in the present existence, even though both lifespan and karmic force have not yet come to the end. One may meet with unfortunate death, like the death due to the epidemics disease, to accidents, to nature diseases like fire and flood, or one may even die at the hand of others. It is just like the flame which goes out when the wind blows suddenly and put out the light, although the wick and the wine still remain. When one is at the dying moment, due to any kinds of death mentioned above, he may see one of 3 signs: karma, karma object; karma nimitta, signs of karma; gati nimitta, signs of destination. As there are many actions done by beings in their daily life, any one of wholesome or unwholesome karma object may come to the mind of dying person. This appearance of unwholesome evil of good karma is called seeing the signs of karma. Any one of 6 sense objects, visible object, sound, odor, taste, tangible object, and mind object, which are experienced at the time of performing one's action, is karma nimitta. The sense objects which occur in performing wholesome or unwholesome actions, such as pagoda, monastery, shrine, flowers, light, flesh or meat, animals, weapon, etc., are called karma nimitta. Seeing this object in the mind of a dying person is called seeing the karma nimitta. Katinimita is a sign or place where one is to take part. A dying person may see objects concerning his new life, such as utensil and retinue, that he may come to possess in his new life. If a dying person is to be reborn in human worlds, he will see the mother womb in his mind too. If he is to be reborn in the hell beings, he will see signs of hellfire, boiler, free will mortal metals, hell beings, vulture, hell horns, crow, etc. If he is reborn to the beta realms, he will see forest, mountain, river, etc. If he is to be reborn in the celestial worlds, he will see celestial mansion, celestial beings, celestial vehicle, celestial garden, celestial wishing trees, etc. Seeing these signs through one's mind though is called Kati Nimitta. These Kama Nimitta, and Kati Nimitta are seen in the minds, eyes of the dying person, depending upon his past wholesome or unwholesome actions. If he has accumulated good actions, wholesome karma in the past, he will see good signs, and so he will have pure and meritorious mind continues. If he has accumulated unwholesome action in the past, he will see evil signs, and so he will have impure and demeritorious mind continue. Thus, an experienced nurse can guess the destination of a dying patient by looking at his face. The three types of nimitta, kama, nimitta, kati nimitta, usually appear as a result of actions done by one. But on the other hand, these nimitta can also change for better one if friends and relatives who might be near him remind him of his or her meritorious deeds. Thus, following the example of King Dottakamini. King Dottakamini of Sri Lanka was in the habit of giving alms to monks before he took his meals. One day, his brother rose against him and drove him into the forest. While hiding in the forest, he asked his attendant whether they had anything to eat. His attendant replied that he had brought a bowl of royal meal. King Dottakamini divided the meal into 4 portions. 1 portion was for him, 1 for the attendant, 1 for horse, and 1 for offering. He then asked the attendant to invite monk or hermits to come and collect his offering. Of course, could see no one around. But on the king's request, the attendant invited loudly. At the time, a reverend man came moving in the air. This Mahathera was an arahant with the knowledge of supernormal power. The king was so delighted that he offered not only the 4 portions of the meal, but also his portion. The attendant followed suit and offered his share. On looking at the horse, it nodded indicated that it wanted to offer its share as well. The king was delighted for some time and then felt hungry again. Knowing that the Arahant could hear him with his divine ear, Dhammasāra. He made a wish to send him any remnant of the meal. The Arahant sent him the anvils, which came flying in the air. The king Duttagamini took the bowl and found it full of food. The food can be multiplied by PATVDH abhiñana, supernormal power. The king, the attendant, and the horse could eat to their food. Later, the king regained power and donated a tremendous amount of his wealth to the Buddha Sasana for building the great temple called Mahachitya, many monasteries and other religion buildings. If you visit to the Sri Lanka, you can see Mahachitya. This Mahachitya still remains inside a lot of Buddha religion. He had all his good deeds recorded. When he was on his deathbed, that moment, he listened to the record which were read to him. On coming to the items of offering meat to the Arahant in the forest, he asked the reader to stop the reading. He was in great joy and remembering that deed. After that, he died. This good karma gave him rebirth into Siddha realms. When we read out the list of daily meritorious deeds done by himself, he should also practice insight meditation and tranquility meditation. Other persons near the dying, one may perform wholesome actions such as reciting Buddha Pali verse, common prayer, productive verse, parita, offering flower and offering rice to the Buddha, so that the dying person will hear, see, and remember these various wholesome actions. Some people, they are quarreling, they are crying, they are speaking vain thoughts near a dying person. Such actions as weeping, crying, speaking vain thoughts, quarreling should not done near a dying person. The death moment is very important for everyone, because the death consciousness of a dying person is inclined to linger around the signs of his sense objects relating to wholesome actions arise at the dying moment. At this moment, the dying person's face is clear and happy because of a lot of wholesome karma appear. If a dying person will reborn in the bad destination, bad dreams, the evil signs of sense objects relating to unwholesome action arise at the dying moment. At this moment, the dying person's face is full of dread and fear. In some cases, a terrible loud noise might come out from his mouth. On seeing a dying person with his attention being fixed on evil signs, those near him should change his attention on an evil sense object to a good karma is essential for the dying person at the dying moment, so as to enable him to reborn in a good destination. A dying person is grasping whatever sign that appear in his mind to at the dying moment. His mind is inclined to new existence in which he will be reborn, just as the traveler inclines towards his trip that he will make. Although the action that will produce next rebirth is an old one done in a previous existence, it appears to the dying person as if he were doing that action at the present moment. This kind of appearance is not created by anyone, but it appears as the result of karma force done by himself. That impulsive consciousness, manasana javana, arises 5 times in the streams of consciousness of time person at the moment of death proximate. As soon as the first impulsive consciousness has arisen, the dead consciousness chuti arises. The dead consciousness dissolve together with Kamajarupa. No sooner have Chuti Cheta and Kamajarupa dissolve together than the present existence also dissolves. This time of dissolution represents the dead moment. So, the Chetaja Rupa and Haraja Rupa also dissolve together. Then, the life of a being comes to an end. Immediately after the dissolution of the death consciousness, the rebirth consciousness arises, joining the new existence with the old one. This consciousness is called Patisandhi Cheta. As soon as the rebirth consciousness arises, the new existence of a being also begins. There is no lapse of time. Rebirth consciousness arises depending upon a habit, Hadaya Vitu, which has arisen simultaneously with rebirth consciousness at a result of karmic force. The life of ascension speed with a rebirth consciousness, Patichandi Sita. After the dissolution of this rebirth consciousness, Poenga Cheta. The same rebirth consciousness appears 16 times with the name of life continues, Poenga. After the rebirth consciousness arises and dissolves incessantly from the time of conception till death, Pavatikala, under the name of life continue, Poenga Cheta, because it is the factor responsible for continuation of existence. The Poenga Cheta arises and dissolves between 2 connective series of consciousness viti. In the same way, the mind and matter of past existence cannot follow one to the new existence. Thus, the death consciousness and rebirth consciousness of past and present existence appear and disappear throughout the samsara because of the karma force if ignorant, craving, and evolutionary activity. This is mind process, Chuti. After that, that's a rebirth. Only a moment, just a moment only, death and rebirth. So depending on the 4th mode of conceptions of being, Patisandhi may be divided into 4 kinds. Sansitaja, Antaja, Jalabuja, or Papatika. Sansitaja Patisandhi means conceiving of being in the moisture, fish, flower, fruits, or the hollow of a tree trunk. For example, in such human beings as Queen Paduma Devi, Isra are born with Sansitaja Patisandhi. Antaja Patisandhi means conceiving of beings from an egg. Birth, fish, Isra are example of Antaja Patisandhi. Jalabuja Patisandhi means conceiving of beings in a mother's womb. Human beings, dogs, cows, Isra are examples of Jalabuja Patisandhi. Another Patisandhi is Upapatika Patisandhi. Upapatika Patisandhi means rebirth in the form of full grown-up person, Devas, Brahmin, hell beings are example of Upapadika Patisandhi. According to the Buddha's philosophy, the incessant strong or rebirth is called samsara. The Buddha does not accept the creed that a soul leaves the present mind and matter and reincarnate itself in a future existence. The soul never dissolves, but remains forever. According to this belief, the self or ego atta or soul is reborn in a new life as a new being by living the old body or the old life. The soul or ego never dies or disappears and always exists as an eternal soul. In the time of the Buddha, a hetman named Payasi had the view that there is no world after this, no fruits of actions, and no rebirth. Therefore, he tested repeatedly in order to find out how the soul departs from the body by killing criminals in an enclosed room. And he professed that he had never seen a soul departing from the body. In the views of non-Buddhists, there are various views as to whether there is a soul or ego or not, and whether there is another new soul in the future existence or not. They also believe that very enjoy and suffer good or bad experience in the life according to the decision of a certain supernormal being. According to these views, there is no new life and samsara after one's death. Nevertheless, even among those who have no faith in new life and samsara, some scholars and research have made research and confirmed that there are some persons who vividly remember their past existence. So, the Buddha philosophy of birth and death gave much support to the non-Buddhist scholars and research with free thinking. Okay, you're already boring to listen. I will show you one move, one movie, one movie related rebirth and death. The person who accumulated and wholesome how to reborn in the future. Can hear the song?
Yes, Dhamma.
ลากตัวมันไป
Very fearful, huh?
Yes, Sayadaw, scary.
Nahi dhammo adhammo cha ubo sama vibhagino adhammo nidayaneti dhammo pabeti sugati dhamma and adhamma. The dhamma and adhamma, huh, may not be the same result in future. Huh? Adhammo nidayaneti dhammo pabeti sugati. The person if accumulate unwholesome actions, they will be reborn in the woeful realms. Dhamma pabeti sugati. The Dhamma will produce the person who accumulate wholesome karma to reborn in the good realms, good life. Adhamma can be bad result. Dhamma can be good result. Huh? They are very scientific. Huh? If you study very well in present, if you work very hard in present, you may be good life. Huh? In future also, if you accumulate wholesome karma a lot, you may reborn in the good life, good realms, good condition. Because of this reason, Buddha always encouraged that not to do evil, to do good, to purify the mind. Now you already see the movie Adhammo Niryaneti. The unwholesome karma produced to the person who accumulate unwholesome to be helping. Now I would like to explain the good story, the person who accumulate wholesome karma a lot. Story of Dhammika, the lay disciple. At Savatthi, there were 500 virtuous lay disciples. Each of them had 7 sons and 7 daughters. Each of them used to offer rice gruel and food by ticket, fortnightly meet 2 weeks food by invitation, food on the fasting day, food for guest bhikkhus, and offering for bhikkhus who observe the rain retreat periods. All the children followed the example of their fathers, to accumulate wholesome karma a lot. Thus, the virtuous lay disciple, with his wife and 14 children, habitually offered 16 units of rice gruel by ticket and so on. In this way, the lay disciple with his wife and children became virtuous, got in contest, and devoted to charity. Later, he fell ill and his energy was declined. At the moment, he had intention to listen religious discourse. Because of this reason, he sent a request to the Buddha to distribute 8 or 16 bhikkhus. The Buddha did so. The bhikkhu came and sat around his bed on the specified seats. He told Venerable Sangha, Rebirth, as I am weak and stretched, it is difficult for me to go and see you. Would you please recite a sutta to me? Thereupon, the bhikkhu asks, well, devotees, which sutta would you like to listen to? He mentioned the Satipatthana, which he said was the sutta, which he had never been neglected in beginning with. O bhikkhu, this is the one and the only path for the purification of the mind of beings. At that instant, from 6 celestial realms, there descends a chariot, each measuring 150 yojana, and each yoked with 1,000 horses and adorned with all kinds of decoration. Said each of the deities from those chariots, we will take you to our celestial abode, and at that, oh man, just as one take a gold vessel after the clay pot is broken, take this rebirth so that you may enjoy yourself in your celestial world. Not likely to be interrupted in the hearings of the religious discourse, the lay devotee said, please wait a while, please wait a while. The bhikkhu thought that he was speaking to them and kept silence. Thereupon, his sons and daughters cried aloud and said, formerly, our father was never satisfied with listening to the religious discourse, but now, after sending for the bhikkhus and requesting them to recite, he himself is stopping them. After all, there is no one who is not afraid of death. Saying this is not the proper time, and the bhikkhus rose and left the place. After a short while, the lay disciple regained consciousness and asked his son why they were weeping. They replied, Father, you sent for the bhikkhus, and while listening to the religious discourse, you yourself stopped them. We cried as we thought that there was no one who was not afraid of death. He inquired, where are the river bhikkhu? They answered. The bhikkhu said, it is not the proper time, rose up and left. He told them, my children, I was not talking to the reverse one. They asked, then, with whom were you speaking, Father? From 6 celestial walls, the deity broke 6 decorated chariots, and while remaining in their air, they called out to me, saying, come and enjoy yourself in our celestial world. And with them I was speaking. Then, being asked, Father, where are the chariots? We do not see them. He replied, will you get me a garland of flowers? Yes, Father. Which celestial world is delightful? Father, the two-seater celestial world is delightful. He said, well, then, through the garland saying, let this hang on the chariots that has come from the two-seater celestial realms. They did so. It struck to the pole of the chariots and remain hanging in the air. That garland only the people saw, but not the chariot. The lady disciple asked, "Do you see the garland?" And being answered in the affirmative, he said, "This garland is hanging on the chariot, which has come from the Dhammasāra celestial world. Be not worried. If you wish to be reborn in the same place with me, do wholesome deed in the same way as I have done." So saying, he passed away and was seated in the chariot. When the bhikkhu reached the monastery, the Buddha asked them, "Bhikkhus, did the lay disciple listen to the religious discourse?" They replied, "Yes, Venerable Sir, but he interrupted us in the middle of the discourse, saying, 'Please wait, please wait.' Then his children cried aloud, and we saying, 'This is not the proper time,' got us from our seat and left the place. Bhikkhus, he was not talking to you, but from six celestial realms came the deities, bringing decorated chariot, and called the lay disciple to them. Not wishing to interrupt the discourse, he was speaking to them. It is so, Venerable Sir? Yes, Bhikkhu. Being questioned by the bhikkhus as to where he was reborn, the Buddha replied, "Venerable Sir, having enjoyed himself here in this world admit his concern, now again immediately after passing away, he is reborn in the realm of joy. Truth, Bhikkhu, virtuous people, be they householder or recluse, rejoice everywhere." So saying, the Buddha uttered the stanza, "Ida modadi, pecha modadi, kata punyo upayata modadi, so modadi, so bamodadi, deswa kama visuddhi atano." The meaning is, a person who has done meritorious deeds rejoices here in the world as well as in the next. He rejoices and rejoices all the more observing the purity of his own deeds. After the discourse of the Buddha, many listeners attained Sotapaddi fruition Isra. May all you be also caught in the Buddha teachings. May all you be accumulated wholesome karma, dana, sila, bhavana, step by step, until to realize Nibbana very soon.
Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu,
sadhu.
sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you for the talk, Sayadaw Anumodani. My name is Robbie. I will be guiding the Q&A session now. A person from Brother Ditha Dhamma is
Wandami Bante. Thank you for the Dhammadesana Bante. First question, Bante. This is a summary that I gathered from the Dhammadesana today. May Bante correct me if I'm wrong. Through endless incessant wandering in samsara due to avijja karma. Actually, we keep dying and birth and dying, reborn and again. But throughout this journey, we are blinded as a blind person. So we are actually going through this samsara all over again, blinded. Only through the Dhamma, by meeting Dhamma, listen and practice Dhamma, we will be able to awaken from this blindness and work toward our freedom, escape from the samsara or nisarana. So is this the correct summary on this part? Because after all, because even we are reborn in the happy realm, actually it's only temporal. Eventually, if we are not diligent, we will fall down and going through all over again. Could you comment on this? Second question is regarding as a lay person, because we are busy maintaining our family and supporting our child, parents, etc. We need to practice to have good life and future life. we need an impetus to maintain a consistency and urgency in training. Could you please advise us what kind of contemplation practice suited for the layperson to invoke samvega in the modern life? Thank you. Thank you.
Now in this Dhammasāra, I also mentioned about the Buddha teachings. Okay, for the first questions, every Buddha admonished that not to do evil, to do good, to purify the mind. This is the teachings of Buddha. Sabababasa akarana. That's number one, also very important. Okay, if we want to reborn in the good realms and to free from samsaras, number one important is not to do evil. To do the good. To do the good means to do the charity, to observe morality, to practice the meditation. That already includes, okay, the good mean all wholesome kusala deeds. We need to accumulate. Because these all wholesome kusala deeds, not only for future and present, also can give a lot of benefit. And also, is it true whether wholesome or unwholesome, if we accumulate them, these wholesome and unwholesome, we associate with the craving and ignorance. We support to the samsara. Although we accumulate the wholesome karma, the dana, sila, bhavana, if not yet attained the arahata, still we need to reborn in the samsara again and again. Okay, if not yet attained, at least the sotapanna. Okay, these life are not very sure. Although you are reborn in the Brahma walls, sometimes if your karma good karma are finished, you may reborn in the Wufu realm also. Because of this impression, we need to try, we need to accumulate wholesome karma to attain at least sotapanna fruition. If you attain sotapanna fruitions, at least you have to reborn in the samsara 7 life only. Okay, but for ordinary people, when you accumulate wholesome karma, always you need to make aspiration, nibbana sapacho hotu, to realize nibbana. That is also for ordinary person, for the general devotees, general disciples. If you make the wishes to realize nibbana, that also we can say that's a parami. These parami are necessary for general disciples. Parami, perfection, for the Buddha, need to fulfill the perfection at least for aeon and 100,000 words. For Picheka Buddha, 2 aeon and 100,000 words. For highest disciple, 1 aeon and 100,000 words. So for Mahasavaka, for the big disciple, they need to fulfill the perfection 100,000 words. For ordinary disciple, for the general disciple, for parami, we should accumulate 2 seed, which are seed and charana seed. For the normal disciple who wish to attain nibbana, these vijja and charana, these 2 seeds are very important. To get the charana seed, when we accumulate the dana, sila, bhavana, we need to make the wishes that idame punya nibbana sapacho hotu. Always we make the wishes like that. That's called charana seed. At least, although you do the volunteer service for Vandeva Sangha, for Buddha Sasana, you need to have this intention to realize nibbana in order to get charana seed. To get the vijja seed, we need to practice vipassana meditation with the intention to realize nibbana, to attain the nibbana. To get the vijja seed, at least with the intention to realize Nibbana, we should already experience to practice 4 elements meditation in Vipassana stage. When you accumulate wholesome karma, you need to understand these which are seed and charana seed to realize Nibbana. These which are is look like our eyes. Charana is look like our legs. So if we don't have the eyes, we cannot see. Okay. Although we have the eyes, if we are no legs, we cannot walk. If you don't have the eyes, kamutita ta'u dimana nibbana. Okay. If you don't have the legs, although you see the nibbana, kamutita bole jalan to reach the nibbana. Understand? You cannot walk to reach the nibbana, although you see the nibbana. You see where is nibbana. Understand? So these two are very important to realize nibbana, vijja and sarana. Okay. If you want to go the nibbana, you must be see the nibbana. Where is nibbana? Okay. You should have the wisdom eye first. To go there, you need to have the light. That's called charana. Charana seed. These vijja and sarana very important. Another example is like the bird. The bird, because they need to find the food. Because of these, to be alive, they should have their eyes. If they don't have the eyes, they cannot find the food. So vijja is for the bird, look like their eyes. Charana is look like the wind. Although they have the eye, if no wind, they cannot go to get the food. Understand? Because they cannot fly, they cannot get the food. Because of this reason, to realize Nibbana, we need to accumulate dana, sila, bhavana. By intention, by the aspiration to realize Nibbana. Understand?
Yeah, Bante.
Okay, I have many explanation, but now already very late. I will answer another question. For agency Samvika, for lay disciple.
Okay.
For lay people, they are very busy. So many people, if they come in our monastery, I always encourage meditation. Meditation. Why? They are very busy, not easy. Some they said that one day we have the family, we need to do the business, we have no time to practice. They always say like that. I'm asking them, do you have the time to see movie? One day we have the time. Bole, Satuchan bole, yeah, Bane bole, Satuchan. Dua Chan also sometimes bole. For meditation, even 10 minutes, dia 10 minutes, tidak ada Chan. No free, they say. You need to share the time because we have the 24 hour. Okay? Because of the atelier, you can spend the time, 30 minutes to 1 hour once or twice a day. To practice meditation also, not only dana, not only sila, not only listen to Dhamma. For meditation also we need to do. Why? Although we accumulate wholesome karma, these wholesome karma surely we produce to reborn in the good lives. But we still have the samsara, still continue, still to reborn again and again. We have to die, we have to sick. Sometimes not sure, I already mentioned, where we have to reborn, we don't know because of Putujana. Putujana mind can change any times. Okay? Now you already have the chance. You meet the Buddha Sasana, you should not miss the chance. Okay? Still the good Dhamma, still have the good teacher, still have the good place to practice, still have the chance a lot. We should not miss the chance to attain the Sotapanna. You still have the chance to attain Sotapanna, Sagadagami, Anagami. Only you need to take the time. So Buddha died in the Savatthi country. Buddha spent the Vasa in the Savatthi country for 25 Vasas. Because they have a lot of supporter, like the Nathapanika, the Visakha, the very rich, that supported to the Buddha Sasana. And also many devotees also already have a lot of paramis. In the Savatthi country, there are In Buddha time, about 70 million people. Among 70 million people within 25 Vasa periods, because of the teachings of the Buddha, because of the practice very diligently, about 50 million people were attained the fruition. So the Nagami Aranta Isra. Why? A lot of number of people attain fruition. I think that there may be two reasons. Another one reason is more important than the parami. Although they practice diligently, if they don't have the parami, also they may not attain the fruition. That's number one, also important. The second one is they are not argue. Bandi, we are very busy. They are not argue like that. Okay. They need to do their business. They are not only all are not bhikkhu. They are all lady body householder. What they are doing every day, because the Buddha gave the Dhammasāra the day and night. You can see in the Dhammasāra story, after giving the Dhammasāra, just now, Ida Morati, Pisa Morati, this, the Pali. After giving the Dhammasāra, they attain Sotapatti Sagadagami. So, they are not only listening to Dhammasāra. After learning from the Buddha, at home also they practice. They also work in their free time. They practice also. After that, they go to listen again. Not only 1 day, 2 days, every day they do in this way. If they have the wife and husband, in the daytime, sometimes the wife go to listen to the Dhammasāra from the Buddha. After that one, she came back at home, she continued to practice after she free time. The husband also same daytime, he need to work. In night time, he may listen to the Dhammasāra from the Buddha, he may learn. After come back, when he free time, he practice by this way. Because of day by day, they continue practice, their parami become mature. So they already understand a lot. Because of this reason, when Buddha give the Dhammasāra, Buddha see which person already mature. So Buddha give related the Dhamma with them. After that, they attain Sotapatti, Sagadagami, Isra. So they are not complaining, we are very busy. They also have parami, also they practice every day. They learn from the Buddha every day by this way. You should not give many reasons. If we want to free from the samsara, if we want to free from all suffering life. At the beginning of Dhamma talk, I have already mentioned, at present, we cannot know 5 things regarding our death. We don't know which age we will be dying. Yati, we don't know what sickness will cause to die. Kala, we don't know at what time we will die. Now, although you listen to Dhammasāra, suddenly you may die or no, you don't know. Another is Dhyanikipana, we don't know where our body will be cremated. Kati, we don't know which range, which life we will be reborn in. We should have an urgency, because the Puthujana, the life of Puthujana, that's very dangerous. From this life, you can be animals, you can be the ghost, you can be helping. I'm not sure, you need to try to be sure to your life. So at least you need to practice Vipassana meditation until to understand Nama, Rupa, and dependent origination. If you already have these, Vijasi and Charanasi, although in present you not yet attain the Sotapatti Sagadagami, in future you may stay continue to practice. If you stay, need to reborn in the samsara, you need to make sure to attain the fruition. You should not waste the time a lot. So in your daily life, which meditation method you can practice? Anapana meditation, full protection meditation. Not only sitting when you are walking, also walking time also, some meditation subject also you can do, like the Metta Bhavana, Buddha Nusati. Any free time you can do. Not only the Anapana meditation. What meditation subject easy and to any times you can choose to practice also. This question is because of related with every devotee. I explain with a wider way. Okay. And this answer should be good. Should be enough.
Thank you, Bante.
Yes,
Anumodami, Bante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Buddha sasanang cirang titantu, Bante.
Last question.
Okay. Good evening, Wangami Bante. This is the question. There is an experience that a family of a friend have a dying parents. A few months before, it is often seen that already died relatives coming to the person who is about to die. What realm will he go to, and what should he and his family do to anticipate this incident so that he can get the best for the person who is going to die from Brother Herman?
Okay, some people, after they pass away, some relative or family member, sometimes they can see or they can have the dream like that. After the people pass away, which ray will be reborn, that's a very hard to say. Depend the karma. I realize that most of the people, most of the number of the people, they have a lot of attachment in their property, in their environment, in their family members. They have a lot of attachment. Some people, they not have a lot of unwholesome. They not accumulate a lot of wholesome. Wholesome also, they don't do very much. They just generally only. But because of they have a lot of attachment to their relatives and to their environment, most the number of the people, I think, they can be better life because they have a lot of attachment in their environment, their relative, their properties. Because of this reason, they can be better. Because among many kinds of the beta, Vimanika beta, this beta is very related with the human world. Although we not see to them, they can see to us. They stay, can come, some are stay, they are stay at their house because they don't want to go. They always have attachment in their place. They don't want to move other place. Because of this, some are a few years, they become the ghost, the beta. Some are quite long periods. They stay in the beta life. The good way is any relative or the parents who already passed away, if we want to help to them, according to the Buddha teachings, the best way is to do the sharing marriage. After accumulating wholesome karma, we need to remember to them to do the sharing marriage. Occasionally, if we have the chance also, we need to accumulate wholesome karma for them and to do the sharing marriage to them in order to reborn in the good life, in order to free from their beta life. Another is for the dead. That's a very hard to know. When we will die. Because of this, accidentally also can be die. Now many people also die because of coronavirus. Some are still young. Some are, when they are traveling at the time also because of accident, they can pass away. Because of this, always we should have a mindful. Mindfulness are always necessary. Because of this, when we are walking also, we need to pay attention to the good objects. We need to always keep one meditation object. For example, when you are traveling, also you need to keep some meditation object, Metta Bhavana, Buddha Nusati, which subject is easy to focus, easy to pay attention. You need to practice and you need to train. If you already used to, although you are walking, although you are traveling, so you always remember and you always can pay attention to your meditation object. So the Upichedaka Marana can be done anytime. Because of this, always we need to prepare ourselves. Also, we need to encourage our friends, our relatives who know and understand the Buddha Dhamma. always to pay attention the wholesome karma, the wholesome object. That's unnecessary. To be used to with this good object, we need to train every day. If you already train every day, you are very used to with a good object. I want to tell about my experience. Before I was ordained, after high school examination, at the time, we visited to Mandalay and Memyu with our teacher, teacher Mathira. So when we reached to Mandalay, before we go to Memyu on the way, so always I'm chanting the Parita, because in my mind, I'm thinking that this car may happen something, may happen some accident like that. Because of this, on the whole journey, when we go to the Memyu, Bulan, after come back from Bulan, on the way, the whole journey I recite very continuously. So after we came back from Bulan, Bulan is the mountain city. Look like the Jakarta and Chiwada. Jakarta to Chiwada, we need to go to the mountain. Mandalay and Memyu, Bulan also say the journey is on the mountain cities. When we came back from the Bulan, at the time the car happened accidents. I have a lot of injury. My leg, my hand, I cannot move. The whole body have a lot of wounds. So luckily, I think that if I'm not chanting, I think I can be died, because I fall down from the car. Many people also have a lot of injury. Another is I'm thinking that although I pass away in that journey, and then I will reborn in the good life, because I always pay attention to chanting the Parita. I have a lot of experience for the accident at the student times. Because of this, I think I have to do a lot of good things. Since the student time, about 40 years old, secondary student time. At the time, I already started to practice the meditation. I'm vegetarian until high school examination finished. In the school holiday, the weekend day, I observe a precept like that. Because of this karma, and then if don't have the good karma, and then in this accident, I can be died. I realized that in past life, I have already made a lot of torture to other living beings. And then, because of this, I got many accidents. You can see this mark. These are from this accident in the student time. My lash also, one lash, if compare, different about 1 inch from these accidents. Most of the people, they are very wonderful. They say that because you are chanting like that, you are not dying. If you are not do like that, surely you may be dying. They say like that. Okay. So always we need to accumulate wholesome karma. We don't know in our past life, in future what will happen. But anyway, if we already accumulate many wholesome karma, although we pass away, we no need to worry. One Mathira also, he mentioned his experience. Suddenly he got accidents. Accident, he became unconscious. He need to go to the hospital. At the time we go to meet this Mathira, we chanted, but he don't know because he became unconscious. A few weeks later, he recovered from his illness. At the time I asked him to this Mathira, Bhante, when you are sick in the hospital, we go to chanting, you not respond. So what you are doing at the time? He said that I keep my mind in the Buddha Gnostity, he said. Buddha Gnostity, he not pay attention to other thing, he only keep his mind with the Buddha Gnostity. The reason is if he pass away, he already have the good object, he can reborn in the good life. In order that he always keep his mind with the Buddha Gnostity, he said. Kusala made the safety, Dhamma made safety, Dhamma protect everything. Because of this Buddha Ankari, Dhamma Hawe, Rakati Dhamma Chari. Dhamma Dhammo Hawe Rakati Dhammācāri. Dhamma protect one who practice the Dhamma. So if we need the protection to be good condition, to be good lives, we need to practice the Dhamma. We need to accumulate wholesome Dhamma. If we want to get the happiness in present and future, like the Dhammika, we need to practice the Dhamma. This Dhamma will bring happiness in present and in future. In order to get the protection, in order to get happiness and to realize Nibbana, we should learn the Dhamma, we should practice the Dhamma according to the Buddha teachings. May all you be get protection by the Dhamma until to realize Nibbana very soon.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Okay, today you have already accumulated many wholesome kusala marriage. So you can make the wishes that may this wholesome kusala marriage be the main cause to realize Nibbana. Ita varacha amehi sambadam punya sambadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabbe buddha anumodantu sabbe saddha anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhiya idambe nyatina hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo idambe nyatina hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo idambe nyatina hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo idambe punyam masawakaya waha hotu idambe punyam Nibbanasa achayo hotu Bama punya bhagam Sabba sadhana Ajimi Desabe Esama Punya bhagam Labandu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu